The storm outside was relentless, the wind howling as if the earth itself was in turmoil. Inside the hospital, the usual bustle was replaced by an eerie quiet. The emergency room emptied out as a heavy tension hung in the air. Suddenly, the hospital doors burst open with a force that made everyone freeze. A lion, massive and majestic, stalked into the ER, its golden mane drenched from the downpour. It carried something carefully in its mouth, a bundle wrapped in a tattered cloth. Its deep eyes scanned the room, filled with a quiet urgency. Nurse Sarah, her heart racing, was the first to react. The sight of the lion made her pause, but instinctively, she moved forward. The lion gently lowered its bundle onto the floor. There was no aggression in its movements, only a silent plea for help. "Is it?" Sarah began, but her voice faltered as she bent to unwrap the cloth. Inside, curled up and trembling, was a tiny lion cub, no bigger than her hand, wet, cold, and barely conscious. The cub's body shook as if struggling to stay alive. Sarah's breath caught in her throat. She looked back at the lion. Its eyes were soft, almost desperate, and it stepped forward, nudging the baby lion with its nose. The gesture was unmistakable. This wasn't just any wild animal. This was a mother. Suddenly, the room seemed to close in around Sarah. Her mind raced. How had this lion gotten here? What did it want? But there was only one thing she was sure of. The bond between this mother and her cub was undeniable. She rushed to the nearest doctor, who immediately began assessing the cub. Sarah stayed close, watching as the lion paced back and forth, its eyes never leaving its child. Moments later, the doctor gave a quiet nod. "We can save it. It's weak, but we can stabilize it." Relief washed over Sarah, but when she looked up at the lion, her eyes locked with its, and that's when she understood. The lion wasn't just a wild animal seeking help. It had brought its cub to the one place it knew could offer safety and care. As Sarah turned back to the cub, she noticed something on the lion's side, a deep, jagged scar, still raw and healing. It was clear now. The mother had fought to protect her cub from something dangerous, risking her own life to save it. Sarah's eyes filled with tears as the lion settled by her side, watching intently. The storm outside continued to rage, but inside, a quiet bond had formed. A mother, determined to protect her baby at any cost, had found the one place she could trust. If you liked the video, put like and subscribe to the channel, where you will find a lot of interesting things.